Okay, hello everybody. How are you? Good to be here. I hope you can hear me, see me okay. As you can see, I'm in an airport, so if I'm a little bit quiet, it's obviously uh, so that not a lot of people are looking at me all the time. So just put in the chat, you can hear me, see me. That'll be fantastic, and then we will crack on, as they say. Oh, okay, just checking that you can hear me and see me. Just somebody put it in the chat, and then I can start. Thanks, Stuart. That's very kind of you. Okay. Hello, Hoppy. Martin, nice to see you. Okay, as you can see, I'm in Malaga Airport, just waiting for my flight on to get back to the UK. And what a lovely surprise it was as well. Into it. It's Saturday and it is the 21st of June. Hope everyone's having a good time wherever you are. I know if you're in the UK, it's lovely weather. I'm leaving about 38 degrees centigrade here in Malaga, so actually quite looking forward to getting back home. In all honesty, it's a bit sticky. So we woke up this morning to new pop, which was winning, winning, oh, winning. That's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about today. What did I make of it? I mean, we all made something of it. A lot of people are going, well, what's it mean? And there's not much to it and all the rest of it. I like to look at things. Um, I think he put something up there to show he's still here, to show he's still around, and to obviously encourage us to stay the course. Winning, winning. I kind of get the feeling that he's doing it with a very big smile on his face. I would not be surprised if a few things have happened behind the scenes for him to say winning, winning, oh, winning, that he is obviously confident about. And I thought it was timely. I thought that we've gone over a month without seeing a new pop-up, and I thought it was extremely good news as well. But I do want to talk today about winning in business as general. And there is a really good topic actually about how success in business comes about. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share my screen so that you can read along with what I'm doing. So share screen, and we are going to go to winning in business. Okay. So let's just make sure you can see. Yeah, that's fine. Now, people have been saying, where do I get my information from when I'm doing my lives? And I'm using Gemini, which is the AI part of Google, and I've found it really, really good. It's all AI generated, and it comes up with some pretty amazing things, and that's where I'm getting my information from it. And what I thought was I'll put it up today so that you can kind of read along with me a little bit and see how I present it. So, what is winning in business? It is about achieving a sustainable success, and you do this by creating value for your customers and delivering acceptable returns for uh, the company itself. Now, obviously, in our case, it's not about necessarily having that return for the company. It's actually having the return for us, the affiliates of the business. This is winning in business is a double-handed part. Yes, the company is going to succeed, but also we as affiliates will succeed as well. And the better it succeeds, guess what that means for us? It means much better success stories for all of us. Just hang on a second. Just need to text my wife. So this involves understanding customer needs, developing a strong value proposition, and having robust sales systems and processing. Says, let's just take that part before we move on. Understanding the customer needs. What was the one thing that our CEO Ash Mufareh said? He said, if there's a need for it, we will develop it. If there's no need for it, then we won't develop it. Now, that for me is meeting the customer needs. That is really putting the customer in front of the business and doing and saying, right, there's a need for this product or this service. We will develop something that is bespoke for what the customer needs. This is giving a really strong value proposition not only to the customer, but it also gives the company a very robust sales system and process, because it means that there you've got a much higher likelihood of winning at the end of the day, and that's what it's all about. Also, a winning business model also creates virtuous cycles of value creation and capture. Now, the more that I research all of these things about how to succeed in business and what you need to do and all the rest of it, the same things keep coming up time and time again. And value is one of the biggest ones that I see all the time. Giving the customer value is certainly the right path to having a winning business. So let's start breaking it down a little bit more, and let's look into detail what it takes to win in business. First off, then you need to define your value and targeted customer. Clearly define what unique value your business offers and who you ideally are trying to attract as a customer. Remember, I was talking the other day about niche markets. I was talking about all sorts of things that it's far better to focus on individual things within business rather than having a broad sheet. I personally believe you will have a much better success story if you shorten those parameters of what you are trying to achieve. Because at the end of the day, you can't be everything to everybody. So by defining what you are trying to achieve, then you stand a much better idea of being success within business. You also need to research your target audience, your customer, and tailor your messaging and offerings to their specific needs and preferences. We went over this, didn't we, the other day? Excuse me, the trolleys are going past. About research marketing, and one of the things that it said in there, if you remember, was that you need to tailor your message to the customer that you are trying to attract. Very, very important. And how do you get that? By doing the surveys, by being in specific groups and asking questions about what customers are looking. Then you can make your sales topic very bespoke to what you are trying to achieve. Also develop a strong sales strategy. This is what we're talking about right now, is creating a compelling sales pitch that really communicates your value proposition to that target audience. Ensuring you have a robust sales system process in place also is effective to acquire the new dealers. There's nothing worse than not having the right funnels that people go down and they're not working correctly. If you, for instance, you do a very good front end marketing campaign with your product that you are trying to sell, the customers like it, they click on it, they go to buy. If that part of business isn't up to scratch as far as paying is concerned, okay, then that's going to affect your sales. People will literally click off it and say the go this and all these sort of words, and you won't make a sale. The flow of how you pay has to be as good as the front end. And that comes obviously with choosing the right merchants, with how many times you had to change pages, etc. So when you are looking at this, it really is important that that is part of what you are looking for as well within that sales process. Also consider incorporating face-to-face sales presentations as they are becoming increasingly important to secure new business. What did I tell you about this the other day? Is that you are part of the sale. People, you need to define that I am going to be a product on my own, and having the face to face, maybe doing live videos, making sure people can do a Q&A in the chat area about certain products will increase your sales volume within your business. Why? People are putting a face to the voice, people are putting a face to what is written in the chat, what is written on the web pages, etc. And they feel much more comfortable with you if you do these face-to-face presentations about the product or about the business. So what you need to do is you need to focus on customer satisfaction, which is really part of what we are talking about here. So prioritize customer satisfaction and retention, as creating and keeping customers is a key aspect of winning. Why? Why is it a key aspect? Well, for a start, you don't have to get somebody new if you can retain your existing customer base. Once you have that customer base, you can introduce new products and services to that customer base without having to go and get new ones. This is such a winning formula for any business, is expanding your customer base, but also making sure people aren't falling off the sides. And you do that by giving offers, by face to face, by giving the value. All of these things are important as to giving a winning formula in business. You also need to strive to serve customers better than your competitors. How do you do that? Just go and look at what they are doing as far as customer service is concerned. Make sure that you are as good, if not better, on the customer service side than they are. Have a dedicated separate page for customer support, and either use AI on the front end with the bots, but then make it easy for people to get through to a real person, either in the chat area or are face to face on video calls or however it may be. I believe it is so important that that is part of your business formula to say, I'm going to have one of the best customer service that I can afford to have. Gathering customer feedback regularly to refine your products and services, obviously, is going to aid you in your sales in the future, but also that retention of customers as well as we are going along. These topics that I'm talking about now come up more and more each time we look at how businesses are successful. What is that winning formula? There's no one defined thing that makes a business successful. It is lots of little things that all add to that customer experience that make it a winning formula. You have to break each module of your business down and make sure that you go through each one with a fine tooth comb to make sure that everything is in place. Also, you need to build a winning business model, of course, developing a business model that creates sustainable competitive advantages by building assets and resources that are differentiate you from other people. We are going to have in the next phase with our CEO, Ashmi Farah, something that other competitors haven't seen yet. This is going to give us a huge edge. This is going to put us ahead of all our competitors with things that are literally going to revolutionize so many things that the customers will want to come to us. It's really important that you have that defined difference from other people. If you can do that, then you really are giving yourself the best possible position as far as winning in business. You also need to look for opportunities to create various cycles that drive value creation and capture over time. Just because you've got the customer base doesn't mean that you don't give back in some way, or for instance, you can have competitions, giveaways, uh, special discounts. All of these things not only help build confidence, but they also keep people together as a customer base and encourage people to want to look more at what you have to offer. This is what you're trying to achieve. And if you can do these things, then you stand a very good chance of having that winning formula. Also, you need to be a little bit flexible as well and willing to adapt your business model based on market feedback. I'll give you an example. When you open any business, you have in your mind of what you are trying to achieve for your business. But it's really the customer base that drives your business in certain directions. What do I mean by this? Now, I know somebody who opened a restaurant by the seaside. Okay. And he had all these ideas about what kind of food he wanted to serve there and how he wanted the ambience to be and all the rest of it. But it was the customers continually asking for certain dishes that changed the way he was thinking. So if a customer wants to have fish and chips, and there's lots of people who want fish and chips, then you should change your business model to give that customer what they want. If you don't, and be pig-headed about where you want your business to go, then that is not a formula for success. You are literally saying, I'm not going to sell something of what people want. I'm going to sell something of what I want to sell to people. That's not what the game plan is here. The game plan is be flexible, adapt and change so that you give yourself, again, the best possible chance of having that winning formula. Also, cultivate a winning culture. Fostering a culture of self-discipline, accountability, and continuous learning will give you that winning formula within business. I think what I'm trying to do and what I have been doing over the last few weeks and months is to try and get your mindset in a place that this business, your business, okay, you are an integral part of that winning formula. Okay, it's not just about having the right platform. It's not just about having the right products and the right services and all the rest of it. You yourself have to put yourself in the same position of having a winning formula. You do have to make yourself accountable for your business. You have to continually learn new things. Starting anything new is not easy, okay, for anybody, but you have to start. And that's the key. And what I'm trying to give to you people here with what I'm doing is to give you that idea of what you need to do so that you can have that winning formula. All of these things are individually important, but you don't have to use all of them. But the more of these things that you use in your business, the better chance you are giving yourself of having that winning formula for your business. You also need to encourage team buy-ins and ensure everyone understands the desired outcome of how they contribute to winning. This is us, by the way, in the next phase within our CEO's business. We are that team, okay, that are understanding the desired outcome of the business. We want that winning formula for the business. We want to contribute to the business to succeed, because if the business succeeds, we win as well. So we are such an integral part of how the business is going to be successful. And we need to understand our part within cultivating that winning formula. We also need to highlight successes and celebrate achievements to reinforce positive behaviors and create that winning environment. We've said it all along, haven't we? How being enthusiastic about other people's wins really does drive that culture of achieving something. It gives a winning environment, a bit like us congratulating people who have been on Chris's live, for instance, and the good job they've done, and all of the things that people do behind the scenes, and giving them encouragement for what they are. I try my hardest to reply to people who send me things and who put in the chat in my YouTubes. Why do I do it? Because it's encouraging them as well to have that positive behavior within the business. And if you can all do your part by encouraging others for that winning formula, then that is on the path for business success. So we need to adapt and be agile as well. Be prepared to launch products before they are perfect and literally iterate based on market feedback. I think we've done this in the past of maybe brought stuff to the table when they're not quite ready. I think it's important to start with something and build on that. I think it also has to work, obviously, but you can start with something that is not the finished product. I think it's actually almost more important to start with something that is not the finished product, because then the customers will see the improvement with the product or service that you are have given them or they've bought into as you are going up. This also shows the customer that you are proactive within your business and that you are changing things based on the market feedback from them. Don't also be afraid to take calculated risks and embrace change. I think everything in life anyway sometimes is a bit of a calculated risk, and you need to make sure that he who dares wins, as they say. And you need to take that leap of faith. You need to do something that others wouldn't do to gain the success that you are after. If you don't do that, then you are going to be one of the millions who are catching up. What is it that Richard Branson said? If somebody offers you a opportunity that you're not so sure about, say yes and then learn how to do it. It's important that you take the risks, that you get into what you are doing without having to know all the ins and outs of what it is. Because by the time you found out everything, you're actually going to be behind that curve. And what we're trying to do is to get everyone in front of the curve that's going up rather than on the other side of it. And also continuously monitor your progress and adapt your strategies as needed from the feedback that you are having. So by focusing on these key areas, businesses can increase their chances of winning and achieving long-term success. Okay, so I sincerely hope, guys, that that was interesting. It was for me. It shows that having that winning formula is not just about one thing. It's about many, many things that we need to master, that we need to understand, them all into our very own business so that we give ourselves the best chance of having that winning formula. Anyway, guys, that's it from me for today. No live tomorrow on Sunday, but fingers crossed, I'll be on with Jane on Monday Fun Day, and we will see you all then. Bye for now.